Jerry, if you want to start, because that's kind of the oldest part of this story. What?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you said no.
No.
Through Isaac, I'll just let you go ahead and talk about Isaac for a second and how that relates to get to where we're at with all of the rest of it.
Okay. So the last time I was out, was that just the last time I was out that we did the timeline?
Yeah, it was
okay.
2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago.
Yep. God took care of sin the first time by destroying the world with a flood. After that, Noah's family lived on, and God decided, I'm going to, well, it was in his plan from the very start, but I'm going to make one group of people my group of people. And through that, he took Abraham, who was obviously a descendant of Noah's, because Noah and his family were the only ones left after the ark. And Abraham had a son, Isaac, with his wife, who he could not conceive with for a very long time, and he kind of lost faith in that. He also had a child with a, what would you call her, a mistress?
A woman of the night?
No,
yeah.
A maid servant.
Maid servant, yeah.
A maid servant. He also had a child with her.
So she served maids?
No.
Yeah, it was weird back then, you know. They would have a lady who would be willing to, but anyways.
Do you want me to write the big one down?
Isaac and Ishmael?
Yeah.
Okay. Anyways, from Isaac, God said, you know what? I told you I would give you this son from you and Sarah. You went with Hagar. You went with your maidservant and had Ishmael. It's your son Isaac who I'm going to bless the world through. And what that means is it'll be someone in Isaac's family tree from that point forward who is going to save the world from their sins. And Jesus was of the nation of Israel as a Jewish people. That's where it begins, as it all began with Isaac, the Jewish people.
To continue with that, there are, got the wrong chunk here. I had it up. Lost it. Continuing with that, so of Isaac, here we go. It would be a descendant of Abraham. We hear about that in Genesis 22:18. In Genesis, so then it goes on. More specifically, he would be a descendant of Isaac's son Jacob. So after that, we got Jacob. We know that because in Genesis 28:35, 11-2, and Numbers 25:17. More specifically on that, and these are all prophecies that are building on this family tree part, he would be a descendant of Judah. So not of the other 11 brothers of Jacob. So another specific. More specifically, he'd be a descendant of the family of Jesse. Does anybody know who Jesse is? He is a big character in my favorite story in the Bible. You guys don't know
Jesse and the many coated colors.
Nope, that would be Joseph. You guys don't know my favorite story in the Bible, do you?
No.
See, this used to be how we would take turns before my favorite story.
Mikey's getting close.
What did you say, Jesse and Goliath?
Oh, is he David's father?
Yes. Okay. More specifically, in the one verse that we read, he would be this guy, this Savior, is going to be of the house and line of David. So he's going to be of David. Joseph, Mary's husband, was of the line of David. Have you guys heard the reference Bethlehem, city of David?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's all tying it right down to that. So we have, at a certain point in history, not just one crazy person by the world's standards, but a lot of crazy people writing down things from God about this Messiah, okay? This Emmanuel, the Savior of the world. And there were people that thought the prophets were crazy, just like just like today, people think that somebody who chooses a life of being a missionary versus, and there's plenty of examples of people who had a lot of money and had power and had a comfortable life that gave it all away to become missionaries. Just like the world says, that's stupid, that's crazy. Just like that, these prophecies were made. People are like, that's dumb. There's no way you can predict that somebody's going to come save the world and he's going to be born of somebody who she's a virgin, so there's no way she can have a kid. You can't pick where the kid's going to be born. All of this crazy. And this is only the major points. What I was looking at today, there's at least 60 definitive ones that are saying, yeah, that's pointing to Jesus. There's way more about what Jesus will accomplish in his life later on, which are more what we call Easter prophecies, and to how he would accomplish this Messiah and saving the world thing. Because at this point, when all of this is going on, the people are thinking, okay, we're going to get a king. We're going to get somebody to come down and actually lead Israel back into the powerful position of earth. Was that what happened? Did Jesus become a king?
No.
No? Yep. On earth? No. He was a king on earth, but was he a king in what we invented as a king?
Nope.
No. He had our hearts in mind, not our daily how we pay for taxes type stuff in mind. Do you have anything to add at this point? So, Emmanuel, God with us. You guys, just about all the Christmas songs that are referencing the actual events of Christmas are covered in these chunks, right? Silent Night, A Little Town of Bethlehem. We didn't talk about We Three Kings, but We Three Kings is a little bit
But Oh Holy Night.
Oh Holy Night? Yeah.